as we begin this evening, we're going to pick right back up. Madman Roach has just left his meeting with his new best friend.
All right, yeah.
Paladin Blake.
Guys, I looked into his eyes and I only saw goodness in his heart.
Yeah. So you're heading back to the Flagon.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile...
No, I'm not. I'm heading towards the dwarf place.
That's right. You're heading towards the dwarf's shop.
Mm-hmm. But Aiden has a head start.
You are going to have to pass the Flagon to get to his shop.
True.
Meanwhile, Zai, you are still at the Flagon when a note is shoved under your door.
Okay.
Do you like me? Yes, no?
Pick up the note and have a look.
There you go. I've just added it to you.
In roll 20 or...
In roll 20. Should be.
Yep, okay, just give me 5 years for roll 20 to open.
And then there are also 2 more notes that are addressed, one of them to Roach and one of them to all.
Wait, do I get those notes as well?
Yes. If you say you're going to open them, then I'll add them to you as well. I didn't know if you were going to open all of them.
Yeah, I'm a nosy bitch. I like
Understood.
Every single one, even the one for Roach?
Yeah. Wait, are they sealed?
They are sealed, yes.
Okay, I won't open them then.
Okay.
I'm smarter
You're
than that.
you're the type of person who checks other people's text messages. Can I borrow your phone? Thanks. Great.
Yeah. As long as it's on an app where it says it won't let me it won't say that I've read it, definitely fucking do that.
Evil, pure evil.
You mean pure female?
What did I say?
Don't leave these emails
True,
open around me.
Thing, yeah, same thing. You're right. Are you still loading?
This note. Yeah, still loading.
Bloody hell! Get some better internet.
Mm-hmm. Don't post it on roll 20.
Well, that way you have a record of it. That's kind of the idea of things being on roll 20.
Fuck you doing, you little bitch.
There, that is the note to you posted in Skype.
That's much better. Aww.
Oh, I left off the last line.
Lost my connection to roll 20.
Of course you did.
It's never a problem on my laptop. It's always when I come on the big. Okay, can I find the others?
You know that Aodin left a while ago, heading towards the gates.
After swearing a lot.
After swearing a lot, yeah. And you know that Roach left earlier than that, headed towards the Paladin's garrison compound.
Well, guess I'll just chill in the flagon.
Okay. Do you stay in your room or do you go downstairs?
Oh fuck no, I'm going downstairs and drinking.
Okay.
I'm gonna read the door over and over again.
Give me a perception check.
I can't, my fucking thing won't load. I'm gonna grab my laptop.
I'm gonna roll for you.
Do you want to switch to something? No, don't. Oh, actually, my perception is only +1. Fucking do it.
Perception.
Ah,
Basically average.
That sounds like you.
Just for that, you have disadvantage.
Don't care.
Okay. You head down, and one of Durgan's servers gets you a drink, and you sit and you start drinking.
That. Oh, now it loads. Fucking. The Windows sensed the Mac come out, and it was like, no, I've got this guy. I swear.
I thought you were bluffing. Why? I'll do better.
Yeah. It's fucking exactly what it was like. Okay.
Okay. So Madman,
Yes.
do you head on past and out, or do you stop into the flagon on your way?
I still have her blade, so I will drop on by.
Okay. We will fast forward ahead then to you arriving in the tavern to see Zai sat at a table having a drink. It is like mid-morning, just before lunchtime.
Sai, I went and picked up your sword for you. Well, it's a bit weird, but I assumed this was what you were looking for.
What?
Oh, sorry. Sorry, Jamie. Because you were not here last week, in order to move the storyline along some, I said that Zai would have asked one of them to go pick up her sword for her.
I'd just like to point out that I never actually asked the blacksmith to make the sword.
Yeah, you did.
If you go back and
now you have
watch,
one.
No, I have one. If you go back and watch the session, there was never an exchange and never a contract, really, verbal or otherwise. I kind of got talked out of it, so I left it.
I was pretty sure you.
Now you
would
have one. Yeah, exactly.
No. If you go back and watch the session.
Oh, well,
But now you
I was
have
thinking
one.
the same thing. I went back and watched it, and I was like, "Yeah, no, I didn't order it. Just kind of moved it along."
Oh, no, I was sure that you did.
I got ushered along by the group, so I was like, "Okay."
Oh, well, anyway, you ordered it, and he's
Now you
got
have
it for you.
Now I have a sword.
Yeah, you have a
Yes.
sword.
Actually, it was a quite interesting exchange. Apparently, the one that you went and ordered this from didn't actually make it. It was a dwarf. He was very angry about it.
Angry that he had to make a sword.
No, but apparently he didn't get the credit for it or something.
Oh well, that's understandable, really.
So I actually he had some interesting stuff. So I sent Aiden over there. But if I remember correctly from the Lord of the Cups, the elves and the dwarves aren't that much of a fans of each other. I didn't really think about it when I sent him that direction. So I'm actually going to head in that direction too. Maybe you want to join?
I get my drink and I just finish the whole thing, and then I hand him the letter for him, and then walk out.
You could just tell me. I mean,
as you're getting handed the letter, Roach, go ahead and make me a perception check.
because Jamie didn't make it. I got it.
I think we'll say that's Casey, not me.
I'm average as fuck.
Okay.
We are humans, Casey. We don't perceive things.
We get the other races to do that.
Yeah.
Just the human way.
There we are. You now have a note that was handed to you.
Oh. There. And you also get the sword from me. Like, here you go. It's sharp.
Swap.
Yeah.
It does look like a very nice sword.
Sword. We'll look at the craftsmanship. And then just fucking put it away. Because I don't know what I'm doing. Look at the craftsmanship. You think I know swords? Fucking don't know swords. Okay. Yeah, I know. Does your heart hurt, Roach?
I don't want to talk about it.
I wouldn't have thought so. Where are you taking me? Where are we going exactly?
We are going to the
Except
outskirts
dwarf and an
of...
elf.
apparently it's a shop outside of the city. So we're gonna head over there.
Is it going to take us another 20 fucking centuries to get back in after we leave again?
Well, I mean, let's just not bring along dead bodies this time. I'm sure it's gonna be fine.
Can I have Tenzin's character sheet again, Casey? Because I need to. I never apparently gave Seeger the.
I didn't write
list.
it down. Sorry.
Right, okay.
So, Xai, where did you get... I mean, I know who the note is from, but what was that all about?
What was what?
The note.
Well, there's a note for you. There's a note for me. So the note's for you. I felt like drinking afterwards. I'm not sure what your point is. Just spell it out.
Wow, it sure is windy today. It's a lot of weather. Crazy.
What a terrible day for rain.
Look
yeah.
at the sky.
Put some
Look up at
helmets.
the sky. It's loud.
You can hear. It doesn't work that way. Yeah, no.
What do you want about?
I don't know.
Do you want to talk about it?
No.
Are you sure?
Do you want to talk about it? Because I don't.
No.
No, me neither.
Me neither. Okay. We cool?
Sure.
Okay. You sure?
Shut up.
Okay.
I'm a knight.
The two of you awkwardly make your way to the gate. Whew. Really awkwardly.
Dead silent.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's how we roll.
And you eventually get to the gate, make your way out, continue down the road, headed towards the dwarven shop that he explained to you he has set up. Meanwhile, we're going to cut to Aoden because you have a good head start on them.
Well, he's very pissed off for one. I don't think you can describe a more angry elf besides actually the fact that his eyebrows are very furrowed right now. So,
Yes.
Yeah, he stood there, arms crossed, just looking around with Royal Vision, just waiting for someone, because that's all he was given.
No, you also got a name, Stoneheart.
Yeah, Stoneheart and someone.
Yes.
Well, yeah, you do actually, as you've left town, give me a perception check.
Okay. Yoink. 15.
Okay. With that, following the kind of quite sketchy directions you were given, you do manage to follow the directions until you do see a sign that says, was it Stoneheart's Smithy? And an arrow, and you manage to follow it out to an area that is kind of a... it is kind of like an open-air market, but outside the walls for people who are not necessarily registered within the city as citizens. So you have the market within the city, but then you also have this market outside the city. And
Right, yeah.
going into that, following the signs, you do eventually find yourself standing in front of a... actually, it would probably be like a quite large wagon. But a fully enclosed wagon that is basically a shop. And it is on the side painted as Stoneheart's. And it would appear to be where you're supposed to be going.
Okay, yeah, he stands out in front of the store with his back turned to it. He's like looking for anyone approaching him. But he's like stood in front of the wagon.
Doc, give me a perception check.
Okay.
Perceive this.
15.
You are sat inside your workshop, having recently arrived back after your meeting with the knight, and you look out of one of your kind of view window, your windows that you have in the thing, and you see a
That's 10.
quite well-dressed-ish. Maybe his clothing is a little bit more worn, but of good quality. Stomping up outside, glaring around for a bit, and then turning and looking back up the road with his arms crossed.
Okay.
Basically standing right outside your workshop.
I walk over.
Step out
And I
walk
go,
over.
Excuse me, are you the elf that I'm supposed to be speaking to?
He curses in Sylvan, and then he curses in Elven, and then he curses in Common, saying, I'm gonna fucking kill that paladin. He seriously gave me a dwarf. After all this trouble, this is wonderful. No. And he goes back into Sylvan and then back into Elven, and he's ranting and raving about how he's gonna kill a paladin today.
What languages does Keegan understand?
I don't. Yeah, not those.
Not either.
Common.
No.
Not even Common.
You
No.
Common.
Yes, common.
No, only Dwarven.
You catch
Common, dwarven, draconic.
you
That's it.
catch some swear words and something about a fucking dwarf and killing a paladin, and then most of it's lost in other languages. One of which you do at least recognize as Elven. Even if you don't speak it, you do recognize it.
Yeah, of course.
He does stop after a minute.
Yeah,
And-
Keegan just sort of stands there and just sort of waits.
he eventually realizes how he's acting, and he like stiffens up his back, adjusts the collar of his robes, and like pats off his chest, and he says, "My apologies, Master Dwarf. My companions can be quite irritating sometimes."
Well, considering I just met you, that was quite rude, number one. And number two, your friend did seem a little bit iffy, so I'll let it slide.
Are you motherfuckers?
Thank you for your understanding. It's not easy being
united by their annoyance with paladins.
It's not easy being around paladins and traveling. It's quite irritating. He has Royal Vision on. Does Keegan glow?
He glows like a motherfucker.
Yeah, if you have Royal Vision on, you're seeing lots of magic. The workshop on Keegan, yes, quite a bit of it.
He glances around and says, "My friend Rokus, the paladin I assume you were talking to, he asked me to meet up with you. You assisted my other friend with something or some such. I don't know why he sent me to talk to you, to be quite frank."
I think he sent you to talk to me because I'm good at what I do and he wants to use my services.
That's fair enough. What do you craft exactly?
Now that I can talk about. I can craft anything you want. I am a very specific type of crafter. You see, I can craft anything made to your exact specifications. I am a made-to-order craftsman. That is what I do. I don't do bulk. I don't do, horseshoes and all that crap, unless you need horseshoes. I can make horseshoes. Very nice horseshoes. But I'm not like a blacksmith. I'm not a woodworker. I'm not a mason, but I can do it all. I'm a craftsman. That's what I am.
A man who respects the trade in general.
That's
in all
right.
of its art.
Exactly.
It's good to meet someone who can appreciate the finer things in life. But, yeah, I mean, I have a litany of items that I would like crafted, but do you have any examples, any, what is it called, portfolio?
Well, everything I have on me, I've crafted. Keegan shows you, the bag of holding that he has. It's actually strapped to him. It just sort of, it actually, how bag of holding has a face on it?
It does.
Yeah, it does. I thought it was just a brown sack.
Yeah, no, it has a face on it. If you look in 5e,
Oh.
Yeah. It has like a little smiley face. And the bag devouring has like a, yeah.
What the shit?
Have you never noticed that?
No.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, I looked at it and then it kind of just phased over.
The bizarre thing is that some of you actually have been given item cards in this game that have that picture on.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah,
I remember.
I've never thought about it.
I like the idea of just a brown sack. Well, impressive. It's very
Instead of,
difficult to work the finer astral dimensions into one space. You must be quite skilled in that regard.
I am quite skilled, yes. By the way, the face, instead of like that sort of Japanese-looking motif, it looks very dwarven. It has a beard.
his face on every bag.
Yes, exactly.
Is that
Sure,
the
it's like
trademark? Like beard. Instead of Nike, there's a beard. Just do it.
well then. I assume my friends are on their way. They did. I can't imagine they're just going to leave me hanging here high and dry. So, if you don't mind,
We cut back to the two of you still sat having drinks.
Yeah.
if you don't mind if I wait around a little while.
I mean, why not? Sure. From what I remember, however, your friend said that I think there was there was a tavern or something like that. I can't remember.
Yeah. Yeah. The flowing flag, and it's they need to pass by it to get out of the city anyway, so they should be on their way in that regard, unless they're sitting there drinking, which just a sec. Sorry, he pulls out horn of distance speaking, and messages Zai.
Why? Have I not?
I
Given
can't
you
imagine why I would fucking not want to message Rokus.
recipient Christopher Roach.
Did you?
ID number 455321.
He was doing that
Designation.
every single reply. Every single reply.
Yeah, about half of the messages of half of each reply, half of the 25 words were just him introducing himself each time.
My dearest Aiden, it it brings joy to me that you would like to talk to me.
Anyway, he messages you and asks, "Hello, Zai. Do you mind if I ask where you and Rokus might be?" You're muted.
You've been muted.
There we go.
I thought it sounded pleasantly silent.
Yeah, go back to being muted.
Boom.
Wow.
Okay,
no,
Sai
no.
doesn't answer.
Wow, you fuck. Fuck you guys.
Gotta inject a little bit of
Fuck.
venom into the game every once in a while, okay? A little bit of vitriol.
A little bit. Yeah, me and Roach are currently on the road headed towards you, I assume.
Ah, good. Outside of the city, about 100-ish, blah, 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 hour distance.
Yeah,
So-
no, he said it was a shop outside the city, so...
Good shit.
Are you in a shop outside the city?
Yes.
What a coincidence! We'll be there soon.
It's a very intricate sending that we're doing. Very intricate messages.
Yeah, from the direction you do manage to work out. You think you're probably about 10 minutes away.
It'll be about an hour.
Quick out of character question with like Find Familiar. You don't have to do the whole casting time ritual, right? You can just use the spell slot, can't you? Or is it you have to?
I think the casting time is 1 hour.
Yeah, or
What are you trying to accomplish with casting the spell?
well, I'm just wondering, like, if you cast it with a spell slot, does that still take an hour, or is it?
Yeah, casting time
Level
1 hour.
1 casting time 1 hour. Yeah.
Okay, sorry. Yeah.
No matter
Never
what,
mind.
even if you had a wand, it would still
Yeah, the actual
Oh,
casting
yeah.
time is 1
That's
hour.
a useless one. Like, hang on, dragon. Give me a sec.
Yeah, guys, I'll be there in an hour.
It's gonna take a while.
No, okay, I was just wondering. Sorry.
Yeah.
We come marching out.
During that time, Keegan shows you all sorts of different cool-looking things. He shows you he actually takes out a pipe at one point. This very finely crafted, what's the word? Chiseled wood pipe with like golden inlays and everything like that. In the motif of a dragon, like one of those Eastern dragons. It's not a bong. It's actually a really
No, I
long
know
pipe,
the item.
like
I know
Gandalf.
the item.
Yeah. And he puffs it, and you watch as a dragon comes out of the thing in like a tiny smoke thing. He shows you, obviously, you have a horn of distant speaking.
Mm.
He made one himself. He takes out a lantern, says a command word in Dwarven, and then it just sort of stays in midair as he's walking around.
Impressive.
He shows you his bracers. Actually, no, he wouldn't show you it. I'm sorry. That was a gift. That wasn't something he made. And he also shows you a chest, which has some sort of like odd ice motif going on. And he opens it, and inside is completely frozen mutton. Like just a bunch of mutton.
He leans down to the chest and says, "Well, by the ages, I haven't seen one of these in a long time. Impressive little things. We used to store berries and fruits in them and the like. Meat's good too."
Yes, meat.
Sorry, I just got a bit nostalgic there.
That's
These
all
items
right.
these items you craft, they're very potent in magic. Where did you learn it? Where did you learn your trade, if you don't mind me asking?
Well, in the deep dark.
The Underdark.
The deep dark. I mean, it's nearby the Underdark. But no, it's the Dwarven capital.
Oh, my apologies.
That's a big red flag. Oh, the Underdark.
Welcome to the Death Pit, guys. Enjoy your stay.
Yeah.
He also asks you about the magical enhancements to your body itself. If you do have any, because you're glowing so much that he is curious.
Oh, that's my belt. He shows you his belt. It is a belt with a fire giant's head on it.
Yeah. That makes sense, and why you're very magically impressive. I find all of your equipment to be quite high of. Oh, shit, what's the word? Quite valuable. I would say.
You didn't want to say good for a dwarf. I get it.
You two are stood there having this conversation just about 5 minutes longer than it takes to become really awkward. And then the other two come walking down the path.
Showing you how awkward it's done for real.
It probably gets awkward when Keegan says, "Now, I have something that many people don't do. At least the ones that make magic items." And he takes out a fucking minigun.
You see Aiden's face. He was going. He seemed to be fairly happy up to this point. He was not angry anymore, but now he's back to just the solemn look. He's lost his little smirk.
Yeah. Like you ruined it.
That's right.
We had something.
Not only do I make magic items, but I make weapons. These newfangled firearm weapons. Of course, I also plaster these axes and stuff to them, and you see that the minigun, the chain gun, basically, also has a scythe on the bottom, so you could use the scythe.
You made a gunblade?
I made a gunblade.
Cool.
I mean, that's basically what
Don't
the
encourage
paladins do. Roach already has one.
Shit, you're right. I shouldn't say anything.
Yeah, you shouldn't.
Yeah.
Roach has been using one since the first game.
Yep.
He says, this is my weapon. It's not for sale, so your paladin can't have it. It's my special girl right here. He sort of caresses it. And that's probably when it gets awkward.
So,
Like a two,
It was the way
one,
before.
one too many like strokes. Like
Yeah, one too many.
so
Yeah.
Roach and Zai, you get there just in time to see Aoden's expression as he watches Keegan stroke his minigun.
Aiden, darling, you're blushing.
I see that you both have learned to have met. Well, hi.
It's okay, darling. They're just little friends. I mean,
Aiden walks up
sort
to
of slides it over the thing, and he says, "Hello. Nice to see you again."
Oh, same. Back to you. I see that you met Aiden. I
Yes,
also see that you
I met
are
Aiden.
getting along.
Yeah, relatively. As much as an elf and a dwarf can get along.
I thought those were nasty stereotypes that
Ha!
we here in Titan do not encourage.
You know why stereotypes exist? Because they're true. Most of the time.
We went to the racial sensitivity course in camp. Anyhow,
But the racial sensitivity course didn't say that.
the pamphlet didn't say.
They're true.
We have Sai, the one who you made that sword to, the weird one with the shape of the thing.
Oh, you were the one that ordered the show sword. Oh, I can see now why. Because you're a show. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah,
There might have been a bit of miscommunication between me and the shopkeep. Didn't actually order it, but somehow managed to get it, which is fab.
you didn't order it, really? Well, you paid
No.
for it.
Don't remember that.
She was
No,
very
no,
drunk.
He paid
no.
for it.
Yeah, the shopkeep paid Keegan for it.
I mean, it wasn't exactly a lot, because he was probably like what 60 gold, which is a good markup on the sword. It's not magical, so, but still,
Well made.
Essel fucking used my work. I'll be
he's
making
a bit of
sure
a shit.
he'll get a special visit. That's for sure. Anyway, enough of that. Come, step into my stall.
Takes one step forward.
Yeah, one thing that I will say about the the workshop that you have there, because of the way that the markets outside of Titan are, most of the large wagon that you have there is actually workshop. So it's probably set up more along the lines of you being able to step into it and then the customers standing at the back as it's opened, kind of thing.
Yeah, I know.
Rather than them
I
actually
know.
stepping into it.
It was sort of like, him saying,
Yeah.
step into my office, but he doesn't have an office.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Just kind of giving you the dynamics of the actual place.
Got it. Yep. He says, so, you saw my magic items. I showed you a few. I have this nice bag that I use all the time. I have this pipe. It's very nice. And he's been smoking it the entire time, by the way.
Oh, smoking will kill you, so no thank you.
Okay.
Aren't you immune to diseases?
Well, that's because of my good health, of course. That guy.
Kiki just sort of turns around and does a jerk off motion, and then puts the ever cold chest in sight, and he says, "This is a cold chest." He shows you the mutton, frozen.
I was actually looking for something that, you see, I'm not always wearing this armor. I was hoping that you might have something I could wear when I'm not.
Something that I thought about as you were walking out.
Yeah.
You're not wearing the armor, are you?
I'm not. You're right.
It's in the shop.
Yeah.
It's in the shop for repairs.
Yeah.
You're right.
You're wearing clothing.
I'm usually wearing armor. I'm feeling a bit exposed right now, so I was hoping you would have something that I could have underneath my uniform. Like a bulletproof vest or something. See, have you read or seen the trilogy classic Lord of the Cups?
Aiden walks next to Rokus and puts his hand on your shoulder.
He sort of gives you a look like, "What did you just say?"
Well,
And he says, my friend, Rokus, please. You are feeling quite exposed. It would be a shame if something happened to you right now, right? No, you don't want anything to happen to you.
no, that's why I'm here.
Yeah.
You're weird today, Aiden.
Just making sure you're okay. He pats you on the back twice.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I was feeling a bit down earlier, but it's nice.
Glad I could help.
Yeah. Feel a little bit better now.
Did he
Aiden.
just cast something on him?
No.
I think so.
Okay,
I think so.
'cause I wanted to make a check to see if he casts anything on him.
I don't. I think he's immune to sleep. I can't sleep a paladin. I don't think.
Who knows?
Anyhow, in the Lord of the Cups, they have the main character, Rufus. He gets impaled by a big ogre thingy, but he survives because he has something like shiny, bulletproof armor underneath it. Do you have something like that? Something that I can just put beneath my uniform to hide?
You mean chain shirt?
Sure, but not the bulky ones, but discreet ones.
Yeah, the chain shirt, not chain mail.
Sure.
I can make it for you, mithril. I'm going to need some.
That's a word.
I'm going to have to get the materials, but I can do it.
Great.
You craft with mithril too.
I'm an adamantine.
Impressive. Have you ever heard of a strange metal that causes nausea when you approach or touch it?
Oh, that one. That's a really weird one. It has ice. I didn't know metal could have that, but this one has. and
I don't know about
me the fuck out.
I don't know about Metal, but my ex-wife, oof, definitely gave me nausea every time I walked towards her.
I thought, yes, I assumed she had eyes. I just didn't make the connection there.
What?
What?
Huh?
I could make you mithril train shirt if you want.
Thank you very much. I would appreciate that.
You're gonna make him a set of elven chain, you mean?
How much would this mithril cost? Because I can't imagine it's cheap here in the Third Age.
Obviously not, but I have some contacts in the deep dark.
What's this deep dark?
You know about the deep dark.
I know what this deep dark
It's
is.
a place with the dwarves. It's
with the dwarves. With the cat of dwarves. I knew that, as I said. I was finishing. You just said it before me.
Anyway. It's not going to be cheap, that's for sure.
There you go. I've just centered your map. That's where the deep dark is.
Well, how much would something like that cost?
Calendar one. It takes out a calculator. Casey, how much would it cost?
I'm just looking it up now.
It is
calculator.
an uncommon magic item.
Oh, what? Are you allowed to use one of these whenever? The way I understood it, whenever Aiden uses one of those, he gets a allergic reaction or something. And
Well, I'm not an elf.
Oh,
I've lived here long enough, about 20-ish years or so, that it doesn't affect me anymore. Before it was like a bit of a rash, but now I'm okay.
Aiden, how long have you lived here?
4,112 years.
You still get a rash from a car.
Well,
That would actually be a deception check because he's trying to hide his true age.
oh, roll it. Yeah.
Oh shit! What did you say? 4,000? Okay.
Yeah, he said 4,000, dude.
Yeah. Hang on. I just closed over that. Like, yeah, of course.
Inside check.
His real age is like fucking. Yeah, he's trying to hide his age, obviously.
Kika just says fucking elves.
Bearing in mind that you're only 50 years into the Third Age, so it depends on how you count that time in the middle that didn't happen for the elves.
Oh, then it's 50 or 20? I thought it was 20.
Yeah, I thought it was 20 as well.
Oh, sorry,
Yeah,
20 years. Yeah. So
Oh,
we're
okay.
only-
Yeah, that's why I said 20, because
Yeah.
I left immediately.
Yeah.
Now,
1,000
if you're-
years. That's
if you're-
incredible.
If you're asking my birth age, I'm 251.
Well, okay, so should have started off with that. It was very impressive, and now, like 250 years, but still a lot. Seems much less impressive.
That's pretty young for an elf.
He shoots you a glare.
I know some elves that are well over 1,000
Where?
places. Oh yeah, and I know a human man, who's well over 1,000.
No.
We probably know the same man.
Do we?
Yeah.
We do?
Actually,
Saying this
I-
in character.
if you remember,
Are you-
you know of him, but you've not actually met him yet.
Yeah, I know. I could say I know him.
Well,
Yeah,
everyone
Vernon's-
knows him. Yeah.
Durnan knows, like, he's been around a long time.
Yeah, Durnan is full of shit.
Yeah.
Hey,
Dirty
he-
is full of shit.
Aiden says, I assume you mean Durnan. He's a good friend of ours, actually. Well, good associate.
You've met him.
Oh, we have a permanent residence at his inn.
We live with him.
Well, not live with. We
Holy
we
shit.
live rent free.
I'd love to meet him. My great-great-grandfather once adventured with him.
It's basically like family at the moment.
Or was it my
Like
great?
a really, really annoyed older brother.
I can't remember.
Um,
But either way, Zimny Stoneheart, he was the one
Yeah.
that adventured with Durgan. He was very. He spoke very highly of him.
you know,
What's his name, sorry?
Zimny,
Zimmy Stoneheart.
Zimny, yes.
but you are familiar with metals and such if you're a good craftsman, right? You know rare metals.
I know a few.
Um,
Rock.
could if we were to take you to a place where you could look some of them over, could you maybe tell us what kind of properties they have? I have some interest in them, but I don't know if they're any good or if they're just fancy looking.
I also wouldn't expect them to still be there, Rokas. Remember, it is a junk shop after all.
Well, that's true, but it would be interesting to know.
Hold on 1 second.
Don't worry, we'll wait.
He's
So-
taking a phone call right now.
Oh,
So, Sai, that sword of yours? Why is it, weird looking? What's wrong with just having a pointy and then sharp on both edges?
Looks down at the sword.
He hangs up the phone. Sorry about that. That was just some business. Anyway, what were we talking about?
If we know of a place with rare metals, if we were to show them to you, maybe you could figure out a good way to utilize them, and maybe
Fine.
might discovery discount considering we introduce you to new and fancy metals.
Yeah. Sure.
and we'll go ahead and buy you a drink at the Flowing Flagon. It'll give you a
Yeah.
chance to talk to Durnan.
Yeah.
He's a good guy.
A little bit grumpy.
Well, yeah, he has to deal with us.
If you lived as long as he has, I'm sure you would be grumpy too.
Again, I'm this. You should take everything he says with a grain of salt. It's just. So, Sai, what about that blade of yours? Why is it, like that?
I'm so confused by the question.
Isn't it like a katana style?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's asking you why it's weird.
It's not
It's a
weird.
show weapon. What do you mean?
Yeah, but
It's a design of a different land, a different culture.
Yes.
Why does
Yes,
your
don't be so
sword of
human.
justice look so bulky?
yes, I'm trying to make conversation. I'm sorry.
I mean,
So
you don't have to attack my sword.
about the materials, if I go to the deep dark, which is gonna take a little while, that would be about called it about 6,000.
Oh, fuck me.
Yeah, 6,000.
Is it worth it?
Now, if I were to go
Alright.
to the context in Titan, which I can do pretty quickly, that would be around 16,000.
Aiden whispers in your ear and says, "Aren't all paladins equipped with body armor anyway? Why don't you just requisition a body armor from your order?"
Well, I was thinking this would be no.
you're wanting to use magic.
No. I wanted to use the metal. It's like
Mithril.
very good metal. Yeah, mithril.
I mean, mithril is magic.
What?
That is the thing.
Oh, in that case, cancel that order.
Oh,
No one
Christ.
told me that. Since when is metal magic?
Metals can be magic. Of course they
Aiden,
can.
you need to tell me these things.
If you want a custom-made body armor, like ceramic, Kevlar, that kind of thing, I could do that too.
Well, since now I need to ask, is that magic?
No, that's
No,
not magic.
I assume
I'm
so.
working on
apparently.
making that magic, but I haven't quite
Focus.
gotten that yet.
You really need to go back to like the social classes in the Paladin training school. How did they not tell you that there was magic in the world?
They told us about the magic stuff. They didn't tell us that some things that are obvious not magic can sometimes be magic, and sometimes it's just obvious for some reason. That's...
Oh, for the love of God.
Let's go to
God,
the shop. Do you need to close up here or something, or what happens?
Well, what exactly are we doing?
Gonna go visit another shop.
All right.
Just as a correction, my friend Rokus here wants you to inspect some foreign metal for him to see if it would be good implementation into his armor. The issue is, Rokus, as with the mithril,
I would
the
not.
other. No, go ahead.
No, I would. We're not allowed to mess with our armor. This would be for something off duty or not in armor duty.
Yeah, so you just want a piece of body armor, yes?
Yeah, I mean, I could order something, then I will need to run it through the chain of command at headquarters, and hopefully in a year or two, I will be able to requisition it.
Well, okay, so here's your perfect chance to just go ahead and buy some body armor from probably a better craftsman than your paladins.
It's true.
Yeah, I'll think about it. I need to contemplate this.
How about we think about it over a drink? Does that sound
Yes.
good, Keegan? Or Mr. Stoneheart?
Yes, of course. I could go for a drink. Let me just
I'll be
close
right
shop.
back.
And I go about closing my shop.
Okay. Yeah, you get closed up. Head back through. The gates are not as busy as they have been the last few days. Things have slackened